opposed to when the Saints have the ball. Oh, look at this run. What a run. Marshawn Lynch still on his feet. Has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I think that might have been the first iconic NFL moment that I remember watching. Like, I remember exactly where I was. I was locked in. Maybe the second, because I remember where I was for the tuck rule. And that was a while. Pretty iconic.
Yeah,
moment.
that was a few years before.
Yeah, but the Beastquake was, I remember like that was one of those things as it was happening. It was like, this is a thing. Like, this is going to be a historic moment.
For those who don't, and welcome into the drive. We normally don't start off this quickly, but for those who are unfamiliar with the clip we played, that was Marshawn Lynch versus the defending champion New Orleans Saints. I believe that was the year, if I remember correctly. Didn't the Seahawks finish like 7-9? They won the West.
Yeah, they won the West at 7-9.
Shouldn't have gotten into the playoffs, and then they completely upset the Saints.
Yeah.
Everyone was angry about that, which is why sports are so great. It's like when Ohio State wasn't supposed to make the college football playoffs that first year. They end up winning the national championship. You got to play the games. And this was the first run I thought of after watching Derrick Henry's run last night for Tennessee. The second run I thought of was Garrison Hurst. And then I just spent, that's why I love sports, Kyle. I spent so much of my night last night just going back and watching Earl Campbell, Tony Dorsett, Barry. There's some of the great runs of all time. And I love sports because it's so pointless. It's so in the big scheme of things doesn't matter. But it matters to us as a distraction because we're going to spend a decent portion of today ranking Derrick Henry's performance all time, ranking that run all time, and also talking about a guy. And we'll talk to Dave Richard of CBS Sports about this at 8:05. At 8:05. Nobody saw this coming out of Derrick Henry.
He was such an enigma because he's a 6'3", 245-pound running back who last year on a run against the Texans, I think it was, to seal a game.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, he hit the fastest speed of anybody in the league that week.
Yeah.
Like, he is a monster.
Now, what have we had? We've had, Lamar Miller, 97 yards a week ago Monday.
Uh-huh.
We had Adrian Peterson, 90 yards this last Monday.
Are you talking about just rushing touchdowns?
I'm talking about long runs.
We had Juju Smith-Schuster's 97-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was on yes. For some reason, I'm thinking of these Monday night and Thursday night games have been fairly special. Was Juju Smith-Schuster? That was a Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Sunday.
Right, but I mean,
Oh, okay, I get you.
We've had these bursts.
Yeah.
Of plays. I love it. We'll get into that.
Did you, in your rabbit hole last night, did you find the Marshawn Lynch run against the Cardinals in Arizona on a Sunday night, I believe in December of 2015?
It was probably in a compilation, but no.
It's just, it might have been better than the Beastquake, just with less
fanfare.
With lower stakes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're going to have to put this in context.
Yeah.
You have to have the run itself versus the stakes of the run. What a fun night. All right, that's enough sports for this segment. It's Friday. Congratulations. You made it. And I know we all still have our Friday work days to go, so we're not there yet.
Man, we're close.
Fridays to me are usually more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that it's the last day of the week. I also know we're getting closer to Christmas. For us, we have next week, the week after. And then, by the way, in case you're wondering, we're going to work through the holidays to a point. We're going to have 2 consecutive 4-day weekends. We will go Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, and then Tuesday is the holiday. So for Christmas, we'll just be the one holiday we're taking really is Monday, which is Christmas Eve.
Right.
So we'll have the weekend, then we'll be off Monday, Tuesday, back to work Wednesday, the day after Christmas. And then the following week, the same thing. We'll be off that Monday, Tuesday for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. and then we'll be back to work that Wednesday. Other shows I used to take 2 weeks right here and just run it through. Everybody does that. I prefer to take I realized a while back at sports radio, you don't have to run it like that. You take your time off in the summer when there's nothing going on,
right.
And that's when you make the little kids do the hungry ones. They have to do the show in July where you have to come up with 3 hours of, so what do you think about that ground ball? And by little kids, I say that affectionately. Guys like Matt George. Matt George is hungry.
And me. He's talking about me.
I'm not talking about you. You're the second voice on a mid-market morning show, Kyle. I'm sorry. You kind of, no offense to Matt, but just leapfrog right over.
No, totally. Totally. But it's my responsibility to host the show when you're gone.
That's a good point. But that's your choice. If you want to, you can always take time off. But if you want to.
But I can't take time off.
You can. No, let me put it a different way. You can always take the time off, but you can't.
Right.
Okay?
I'm not a salaried employee.
You're always welcome to take the time off, but
you're
just not
allowed. I
to.
understand. I just took time off last Friday to go to my buddy's wedding.
Yeah. So we've got fun stuff today. What happened? Usually this is where we'll talk about something that happened yesterday that has nothing to do with sports. I'm not going to talk about the Kevin Hart thing because, boy, that'll be 3 hours. The Avengers trailer dropped this morning.
Ooh. So the person I saw the Avengers trailer from, did you have something you wanted to get to here?
Nope.
Okay. Said ha with a bunch of A's and then a keyboard mash.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was going to be something funny. And so I start watching this video and I'm going, oh, it's a well-produced spoof.
Sure.
Let's see what's going on here. And then it's like, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, it's Tony Stark's voice. I won't say anything else. And I'm like, man, that sounds a lot like Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
And then you see him and you're like, wow, that looks a lot like And then it took me, I kid you not, dude, it took me 27 seconds into the trailer to go, oh, this is it. This is the thing. So I had to rewind it so I could take it in properly because I kept waiting for the bit to start.
I know that there were a lot of rumors about this and it's called the end game. Like, this is the people that we love superhero wise will die in this. We know that. That's been accepted.
Yeah, okay? That was accepted before that was accepted before Infinity War.
I don't want to do spoilers. You and I are both very vigilant about that, but I will ask you one question, and people understand this question when they watch the trailer. I know Iron Man is like the favorite and has been the favorite for long.
That's
along
not
with Captain
necessarily
America.
true.
Captain America,
yeah.
Iron Man. Were you surprised they showed Iron Man's death in the trailer? Like, I didn't expect that.
Dude.
What?
You said you weren't going to...
Everybody knows he's gonna. Everybody knows that. That's not a spoiler. Everybody knows that. Is that a spoiler? What?
You are a guy. You always talk about how much you hate spoiler guy. And how you wish all the bad things to happen to that person.
I do.
And then you come on a 50,000 watt radio station.
Blowtorching it.
I
put a big bumper sticker on
dude, stop. That's legitimately rude.
Iron Man.
Like, you can give a warning. But that's messed up, dude.
What about this? Warning. Be prepared for Iron Man to die in the trailer. Everybody calm down. Everybody's going to go rage watch the trailer now. What? He said what? Nobody dies in the trailer. If they die, we don't know about it. I can't say nobody dies in the trailer. I don't know. Maybe somebody died in the background of an explosion. You really think Iron Man and Captain America are both going to die in this one? I feel like Captain America is going to die and Iron Man isn't.
See, I thought they were both going to bite it because this is Chris Evans' last movie.
Hold on, from the 209, not listening to this show anymore. Way to ruin it, Dave. Go watch the trailer.
That's how you know Marvel has nailed it, by the way.
Yeah.
Is people are like, don't spoil the trailer.
Right? Here's my thing. For Star Wars
But
movies,
I get it. Like, I'm not going to say anything about the trailer, except that Tony Stark dies in it.
If it's Star Wars and if it's Avengers, why do you even have a trailer? Like, why even have one?
Can you imagine if if the trailer was just a black screen and then it just did the fade in with the Avengers music, and it showed the Avengers logo and it said Endgame, and that was it. Yeah. People would flip.
I know they would. We got a break, but I have often wondered this. For tentpole movies like that you know are going to gross $1 billion in their sleep, why do they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on an advertising campaign? Why don't they just
because they are making so much money, they can just go make it rain
just don't advertise
on advertising, and it doesn't matter.
The media will do their job letting you know when it comes out. Trust me. Don't even advertise it. Save that money. Give it to me. People are so pissed. Just go watch the trailer.
I got a text on the Kyle Madson personal text line. Yeah. An angry text message just now.
Anyone who knows this and has known us long enough knows that this is not the show where things will get spoiled.
And if we do, if it's like Game of Thrones and we're going to talk about it, we will give like ample warning.
Oh, we'll do a countdown for spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Turn down the thing. We'll take a break. Dave, I hope you have to spend time with Vontez Burfict. So here we go. All right, guys. Sean Salisbury at 7:35. Dave Richard at 8:05. Kyle's Cold Hard Facts at 8:35. We've got Kings. We've got a Pantheon performance in the NFL last night. And, the Bay Area football teams are going to play this weekend, too. I guess we'll mention that. It's The Drive, Sports 1140 KHTK.
Frank Mason now hustles up the floor. Crosses right, shakes left, goes right, behind the back bounce pass to a teammate Giles. Giles goes to the rim, he's fouled and he scores. 3-point opportunity for Harry Giles. Big sense of smile of satisfaction you could see from the body language there that Harry Giles liked that a lot.
Wow, Kyle Madson, he's the one who picks the Morning Brew highlights. Kyle Madson pushing an agenda against Dave Yeager?
I am pushing, because I am very pro Dave Yeager.
Questioning his minutes distribution with Harry Giles.
No, not questioning it.
Okay.
Simply pointing out that Harry Giles has taken strides since being sent to the G League. This is a pro Harry Giles house.
Oh, gotcha. Is this a Yeager hive?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you can see both of them in action tonight. Well,
it's an apartment. It's a Kings apartment, and the Harry Giles house and the Yeager house are next door to each other.
So it's not 2 bedrooms in the apartment.
No, it's one apartment. It's like an apartment complex.
I forgot that the Kings were in season because it's been, I think, 17 weeks since they played. That's like the worst part of this team being, it's so funny, I want to say good, and they're like, what? They're a game above 500, but for us, this is like a championship contender. We have survived on saltines. It's the old Eddie Murphy joke. We have survived on saltines for over a decade, and we just got saltines and water has been the diet of Kings fans for over a decade, and now we're eating Ritz crackers and Sunny D. And that's huge. That's a huge step. Rest of the league's like Ritz crackers and Sunny D. I'm having steak right now, and we're like, what?
There are a handful of teams, a lot of them in the East.
Yeah.
Should the Kings? Nope. There are a handful of teams that would love to be 12-11. Right?
Absolutely. And here we are.
I'd love to be a game over 500.
What's it like to be a fan of a team below 500 in December? Couldn't tell you.
Imagine.
Shut up, Kyle. You're a Warrior fan. Jeez. Hate your condescending nature. Hey, play the highlight. There, David.
At the 1, the tight. Mariota gives it to Henry. Henry bounces it outside. 5, 10, 15, stiff arm, 20, 25, 30, 40, stiff arm, 50, 40, 30. He's on his feet. Big chase, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Titans, 99 yards! The longest run in franchise history! And the Titans are up by 11!
This is a hell of a call.
It was, can I just say something?
Please.
I don't think that's Mike Keith, voice of the Titans.
I love Mike.
I don't think he thought Derrick Henry was going to score.
No.
because it was like he goes in the end zone and then his voice went up. It wasn't one of those ones like, get another stiff arm and he could go. He thought he was
99 yards.
Yeah, he's like, all right, he's to the 50, stiff arm. Okay.
Joe Buck did the same thing. Joe Buck's call was terrible, but I think he was hurt by the fact that he thought he was going to get tackled or go out of bounds 7 times.
It wasn't Yannick Ngakoue that he got, but whoever he stiff-armed down closer to the end zone where the guy came from the right, and Henry just put his hand on the guy's face and just mushed him into the ground to the left.
Yep.
Oh.
We're not going to spend a lot of time on brew number 3, so real quick, let me just do a quick impression of Twitter last night after that run. More like poor tackling, or Garrison Hurst was better, or it looks like the Jags quit, or my favorite, some guy named Blake who has regularly really, like, he's trying to have dumb takes on Twitter, tweeted at, no, I'm serious, like, he's like the dumbest guy on Twitter, but I love him because he's been around forever. You and me could have made that run, Dave. And then Crazy Fan Takes, the Twitter account, picked up the tweet, screenshotted it, and now he's a superstar. You just love the snarkiness of Twitter. Yeah, it was bad tackling, and yeah, it's the Jags. That's all great, but not everyone. Most people's first reactions, Kyle, stuff like that is like, Steph better. That's just, just shut up and enjoy it.
That's what I said after that run last night.
That was your tweet?
Steph better.
That's perfect.
Second down and goal. Carr in the gun. Going to throw quickly to the far corner of the end zone. A grab for the touchdown by Aitman. Aitman with a touchdown for the Raiders.
More like bad Chiefs defense.
Yeah, horrible Chiefs defense.
Can you imagine if that was his call? He's like, and he throws a bad defense by the Chiefs.
Let's just start taking every great play of all time and just turn it over to the horrific defense that was played. Dude, amazing home run by Barry Bonds. Terrible pitch. Terrible pitch, bro. The Raiders and Niners play this weekend. That's why I put that in there. Do you care? No. Coming up in four down territory, we're just simply going to ask who's going to lose by more this weekend. That's where we're at now with Bay Area football. Who's going to lose by more this weekend? That's the game we're going to play. Not can one of them win. How much you want to bet now one of them wins? We'll take a break. When we come back, Derrick Henry explodes on Thursday Night Football, which if that was be a whole different story if that happened. We'll have some highlights for you, and then let's start to put this in context. We'll ask Sean Salisbury about that run at 7:35 as well. We're back in 4 Sports 1140 KHTK.
Good morning and a happy Friday to you. This is Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Sacramento Kings are finally back in action tonight as they continue their road trip in Cleveland. You can hear that game right here on Sports 1140, beginning with game night at 3 o'clock. Kings Live is at 4, and then tip-off with the G-Man is set for 4:30. Derrick Henry and the Titans started Week 14 of the NFL season with a bang. They beat the Jaguars in Tennessee 30-9 behind 238 yards and 4 touchdowns from Henry. The Raiders and 49ers are both in action at home on Sunday. Oakland welcomes in the Steelers while San Francisco hosts the Broncos. It's 6:31. Peak Financial wants to talk retirement. Dial pound 250 and say the word money. Those are your top stories. Back to the drive on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Here we go. The drive continues now.
Sean Salisbury makes his regular Friday appearance. That's coming up at 7:35. Dave Richards, same thing for him from CBS Sports at 8:05. Coming to you via the Firewings hotline. 21 different flavors to choose from. Firewings.com. Just wing it. First check in on the Jiffy Lube text line. Usually, not usually, many times texts are dumb. Many times they're also fantastic. From the 530, you just talked about a guy named Blake on Twitter with dumb takes. You should just refer to him as Dumb Take Blake. That's well done. Kyle, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I sure do. With the mention of Dumb Take Blake, that means it's time to call Sierra Pacific to get up to $1,600 off a new Lennox furnace. Keep your home cozy and warm this winter.
Nice.
800-551-3040 or SierraPacificHome.com. What's that?
What's that? That's SierraPacific.com. Thank you. You turned that around.
Yeah.
I had to get that bit for a second on the fly. Want to get to Derrick Henry here in a second. Kyle, I did spend about 20 minutes down in our promotions office with Bobby and all those guys. We were putting the finishing touches on our big Do One Thing caravan. And we're going to talk about this all next week. You're going to have an opportunity to help out a bunch of kids in need going back to school in Butte County. Those details right now are on KHTK.com. We're going to talk about it a ton. So many of you want to know how you can help out. Well, we've got another way for you to help out. We're teaming up with Sac Republic. So while I was down there, you know those little snow globes with the golf ball and the tee?
Yeah.
And you try to...
Yeah. You're pretty money at those.
Yeah, and I was having a rough day yesterday, but yeah, I was it was not my best performance yesterday on the I don't even know what it's called. Is it called a golf ball snow globe tee thinger? I think that's the official term.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I'm gonna check it out on Amazon and see if there's an official name for it.
Thank you. Every radio station everywhere is always trying to come up with a signature event. And I turned to Bobby, and I had this idea before. I want KHTK to have the, I don't know if it's the first ever, but we'll create the first ever KHTK Golf Ball Snow Globe Olympics. And how I envision it is like we get 40 people coming out, and we just have these banquet tables lined up. And we have like 10 of those snow globes, 5 and 5. And it's just simply you sit down, and everybody has to have their hands behind their back. And you just go 3, 2, 1, starter pistol. And then it's just quite simple. The first however many to advance to get the ball on the snow globe, advance to the next round until we have a champion.
Okay, so what was your snow
globe golf ball tee thingy?
Okay, so we have, this is the Amazon's choice, top pick, original golf globe game. Water globe golf ball on the tee challenge. That's one.
Yeah, so there's not an official name.
Golf ball water globe challenge. Gallery water globe golf ball.
Golf ball water globe challenge sounds.
Original golf globe game. Water globe golf ball on the tee challenge.
Yeah, I don't think so. We'll have to come up with our own. Anyways, I think that would be a really fun event. You just have people sitting down. I just want to see like 30 people all at once just trying like hell to get the golf ball on the tee because it's so frustrating. Now imagine that in a competition environment.
Like, can I say flip cup?
Yeah.
Like flip cup, but with
you can play flip cup with Kool-Aid.
Right. That's what else do you play it with?
We should come up, dude, honestly, we should just do it for this show. We should have the first ever official The Drive Sports Talk Radio Olympics.
I'm so down.
And we should have just different event like golf ball, flip golf.
Oh my gosh. We can get the kick the football with your finger through the uprights. We can get the basketball, the table basketball game where you pull the thing back and
or we could just get a Papa-Shot machine. We could do that as
just a whole deal
absolutely.
In there. Okay, that works.
We need to come up. What's a decathlon's 10 events? Is there something less? Is there like an octathlon or a?
There's a triathlon.
There you go. We do the first ever The Drive Sports Talk Radio.
You could come up with decathlon, but couldn't come up with triathlon.
I didn't. Well, because try your best-a-thon. Yeah. Just all events like that with no physical output whatsoever.
Right. You're required to like have a bag of Doritos open next to you.
We probably in this day and age, we can't call it the Fat Guy Olympics, but that's kind of what it would be. It'd be the Fat Guy Olympics.
Hang on. The
Dad Bod Olympics.
The Advanced Bodyweight Olympics.
Actually, the ABWO is already a thing, Kyle. They have a there's a whole deal. The Advanced Bodyweight Olympics.
The ABWO?
The ABWO is a whole thing. Derrick Henry, not a member of the ABWO. He's just a big, giant dude, and he got in the end zone a couple times last night.
2nd and goal at the 3. Mariota in the gun. Gives it to Henry at left guard. Pounding and driving into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with his 6th touchdown of the year, and the Titans, using balance, take it right down the field.
What's this guy's name? Mike Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
He does an okay job. He does this really annoying thing every time there's a sack.
Yeah.
Where he does the you hear the like the grit in his voice when he goes, touchdown!
Yeah.
Like that. He does that with sacks. Every time there's a sack, he goes, sack!
Okay, isolate that, please. I was really hoping you'd do that. I need that audio, please. So just, make a note. Thank you. I was really hoping that's where you were going, Kyle.
Titans with a bunch set of 3 receivers tight to the right on 1st and 10 inside the 17 of the Jaguars. Give it to Henry at right guard. Booming forward. 10, 5, end zone! The Yulee Hornet! Touchdown! Titans! He is running all over his hometown team.
The what? Uni Hornet?
Yulee? So he's from Yulee, Florida.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if his high school mascot was the Hornets.
The Hornets, that makes sense.
Can you imagine? Maybe that's Mike Keith's bit, and he just assigns random creatures to, your Mike Keith nickname is your hometown plus random creature generator.
I thought he said Uni Hornet, and I started thinking of a hornet with a horn, like a unicorn. I gotcha. I like it.
At the 46-yard line after the fumble recovery. They're going to give it to the big man. He comes back to the right. He's got the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, the end zone. 54 yards. Derrick Henry. Touchdown. Titans. He nearly took that one all the way to Franklin. 11 carries, 219 yards, and 4 touchdowns. What a performance.
We kill play-by-play guys all the time. One thing I enjoy about this, most of all, is there's no ex-offensive or defensive lineman smacking on chicken fingers and drinking sodas and then pop, get him, go, he good, Nobody's stepping on him. Nobody's stepping on this guy. On this play-by-play guy. I like him. I like these play-by-plays. I do.
Dave McGinnis, former Titans linebackers coach, is actually the color guy there. Took over for Frank Wycheck.
I love Dave McGinnis.
He's doing a great job.
I haven't heard him once on these. That's fantastic.
I don't need color commentary.
No.
Mid-play.
Message to all football color. Oh, you know what? Nay. All color commentators in all sports. Take a page out of Dave McGinnis' book. Let the guy do his thing. I purposely, even though it was his second touchdown of the night, Kyle, I purposely left the 99-yard touchdown highlight out so we could listen to it now all on its own.
All right, hang on. I've got it lined up right here for you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm going to need that email. That's fantastic. Kyle Madson.
Sack! At the 1, the tight. Mariota gives it to Henry. Henry bounces it outside. 5, 10, 15, stiff arm. 20, 25, 30, 40, stiff arm. 50, 40, 30. He's on his feet. Big chase. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Titans, 99 yards! The longest run in franchise history! And the Titans are up by 11!
I like this guy.
We were just praising Dave McGinnis, but he was stepping all over that call. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did. Just screaming sack.
Yeah, weird.
I love it. I did not plan on making this segment about Mike Keith.
No, Mike Keith is very, very good.
So when we get back, let's talk about this run. Let's talk about this run in and out of context and where it stands and whether or not last night's performance was the greatest running back performance you've ever seen. Hyperbole all over the place, recency bias in the house. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes on Sports 1140 KHTK. Welcome back to The Drive. Hey, we played a Hootie and the Blowfish commercial during the break.
I only want to be with you.
Whoa, did you just replay it?
Yeah.
Wow, Darius Rucker.
That was actually me.
No, that was Darius Rucker.
Was.
I didn't know about this. Hootie's coming back?
You and Scott Moak going?
Bro. No, we're going to Ice Cube tomorrow. Me and the
wow, you're gonna watch Ice Cube. I can't believe you're supporting him.
Ice Cube. Don't start, Kyle. Don't start, Kyle. Fun fact, I once saw...
Do you know what the song No Vaseline is about, Dave?
I do. It's about a very uncomfortable marathon run.
It's
what it is.
Thank
you. I once saw Hootie and the Blowfish 2 times in 3 days by accident. I went and saw them up in Wheatland, and then a buddy of mine had tickets to the Shoreline concert, and I went and saw them 2 nights later. And Bare Naked Ladies is opening for them. I guarantee you nobody is surprised that I saw Hootie and the Blowfish twice in 3 days. Nobody is.
If you told me to list the people I know who saw Hootie and the Blowfish twice in 3 days, you'd be in my first,
I'd be right
I
there.
think, 2 or 3.
Absolutely.
I would also put you down for having seen Dave Matthews in more than one state.
No, but I've seen them twice in this state.
I knew it.
But old Dave Matthews, not new with all the jams and stuff. Yeah, the old, under the table and dreaming Dave Matthews.
Do you know why I don't like Dave Matthews? Because my freshman year of high school, this guy that thought he was the coolest guy ever blasted a Dave Matthews album in the middle of our biology class.
Oh, God.
And he goes just like this. He closes his eyes and he's kind of like bumping along to the beat. And he goes, see right here. He lowers his voice an octave right here.
Oh,
right
God.
Here. And ever since then, I've just hated Dave Matthews.
hate those people, dude. I hate those people that need to play-by-play a song for you so you can appreciate it more, and it makes you hate it more.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
That's also called every Radiohead fan.
Is Dave Matthews Band the Big Lebowski of bands?
You mean really worldwide celebrated but actually overrated? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe not in that sense.
Okay.
But in the sense of like, if you tell somebody like, yeah, I don't like Dave Matthews that much, they're like, what? You obviously just don't get it.
No, because that's Radiohead. That's Radiohead. If you don't like Radiohead, you're an idiot and you just don't get it, and you basically like Justin Bieber. If you don't like Radiohead or Coen Brothers movies or British humor. Anyways, the fact that the Bare Naked Ladies are opening for Hootie and the Blowfish, this is like where's Sugar Ray? This is my time now. This is 90s awesomeness. I'm going to this concert, and I want to know why Lowdown's giving away tickets and we are not.
Damien is a big Hootie and the Blowfish guy.
He might be. I don't know. I don't want to throw shade at them. Come on. They were giving away Iron Maiden tickets about a month ago. I get it.
My favorite, I think one of my favorite things is when
I want a Hootie concert ticket.
Is when they promo something like a concert on a TV broadcast, like an NBA TV broadcast, and you get the Grant Napiers of the world being like, "Come see Tyga."
Oh, that's a great bit.
Yeah.
Now Grant has Doug Christie doing the Jerry Reynolds part for these bits.
Really good.
I thoroughly enjoyed hearing Jerry Reynolds reading like Depeche Mode promos. All right, where does this Derrick Henry touchdown rank? Let's start Memento. Let's start out of context. Everybody's first reaction is like, bro, Garrison Keillor was walk-off man against the Jets. Garrison Hurst.
What?
I went Lake Wobegon on you. I'm sorry. Garrison Hurst is definitely not Garrison Keillor, and vice versa. They are completely different people. And can we just start with this? People are also biased towards A, their teams, and B, their generations. I don't know why it is, but the older you get, the more you cling to the people of your generation as the best.
Nostalgia.
Can everybody please get out of here with Earl Campbell? All right, Earl Campbell's 4 touchdowns against the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Fantastic. One of those runs you could compare to Derrick Henry's run last night, and it still wasn't as good. Please also get out of here with Tony Dorsett's 99-yard touchdown. Tony Dorsett's 99-yard touchdown on Monday Night Football against the Vikings, I believe. He broke 1 tackle. Now, granted, he was so fast, he didn't need to break anymore, but the run itself is not on the same level as Derrick Henry's. Don't get mad at me. Just go watch both runs and don't be biased. So taking the whole situation out, and let's remember the Garrison Hurst run against the Jets was an overtime game against the Jets. It wasn't the Super Bowl. So calm down. You're about to say something.
Yeah, Derrick Henry had 238 yards and 4 touchdowns last night on 17 attempts.
Yeah.
That's getting a little overlooked here. Do you know who the last person to have 200 yards and 4 touchdowns in a game was?
No, I don't.
It was in 2014. Jonas Gray for the New England Patriots. Yep. Do you know who it was before that?
I remember Sean Alexander had like 5 touchdowns, but I don't think he had 200 yards.
Before that, it was Doug Martin in 2012.
And didn't Chris Johnson do this too? Doesn't Chris Johnson?
No.
Who has the record? Is it Adrian Peterson, single game record? I thought Chris Johnson
based on this, Doug Martin and Mike Anderson. Wait, no, hang on, that's not right. Let me check real quick.
Okay,
I can find the
so while you're checking, where does it rank? A lot of people are bringing this one up from Steve Young.
Young back to throw. In trouble. He's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 15, the 10. He dives. Touchdown, 49ers.
It was a great run. It really was a great run.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson has the record for a game, 296 yards in 2007 against the Chargers. 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. See, that's ridiculous. Garrison Hurst gets brought up a lot, but of course, it doesn't matter.
Party.com.
What was most striking about Steve?
Shut up. Here's Garrison Hurst, unmuted.
Into the field.
Same name as the category.
Takes the handoff. Quick goes right. Gets to the 20. He's on the 30.
Rubber wedding and marching band.
Yeah, wow, that was good.
Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
When I unmuted the Garrison Hurst one, it also unmuted the other one, so you heard Pat Sajak and a Wheel of Fortune highlight in there as well. I don't know. I think Derrick Henry's run last night was very Beast Quake-esque, very much like the Lynch run, but the New Orleans Saints defense was better than the Jags defense. You have to allow for that. And
Was it? The Jags defense is very good still.
I mean, are they? They are?
Yeah, it's a ton of talent on that team.
There's a ton. No. I'm with you on that. There is a ton of talent on the Jags defense. But are they very good this year? That's my point.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I think the questions today, where does Derrick Henry's run last night rank in terms of, out of context, in a vacuum here, guys, greatest runs of all time, and I think it is certainly top 5, possibly top 3, maybe number 1. And where does his overall performance, not only busting 200 yards, but 4 touchdowns and almost at a 5th, where does that rank as far as all-time running back performances during a game? We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, what do you say we get into some Sacramento Kings? They are playing tonight in beautiful 30-degree Cleveland. Should we get greedy? Should we look for 2-0? Should we look for 3 out of 4? And we'll try to get you a Marvin Bagley update. We'll do all that when we come back on a Friday edition of The Drive, hour number 2, Sports 1140 KHTK.